What is up, everybody? JT Dangerously here once again. I am here to do my Survivor Series 2020 predictions. Now, Survivor Series happens this Sunday live on the WWE Network from WWE's Thunderdome in the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida. Now, Survivor Series has always been one of my favorite pay-per-views as a WWE fan, being it's on the same month as my birthday as well as Thanksgiving. It is a Thanksgiving Day tradition. Now, Survivor Series this year is making some history because it is the 30th anniversary of when The Undertaker debuted in the WWE all the way back at the 1990 Survivor Series as part of Ted DiBiase's $1 Million Team. So this year's Survivor Series is celebrating 30 years of the Phenom. Now this card for Survivor Series this year is not bad. We have 6 big matches, 2 traditional Survivor Series Tag Team Elimination matchups, and 4 Champion versus Champion matchups. So I am pretty excited to do my Survivor Series predictions for you guys this year, and I hope you guys do enjoy. Now our record coming into Survivor Series this year after our last WWE pay-per-view, which was Hell in a Cell back in October, we went 6-1. So our overall record coming in is 231, 108, and 1. So we're coming in hot, and I'm looking to keep it that way. So hoping this video we will continue the red hot winning ways. We're on a 6 pay-per-view winning streak. Hoping this video we make it lucky number 7. Hopefully. Now this is the first video in a combined 2 video day on the channel today, guys. So I hope you guys will be able to watch this video and all the big videos I put up on the channel in the month of November. And as always, show your support on the channel as always, guys, by watching these videos, super kicking those like buttons, hitting that notification bell, commenting your picks and your opinions in the comment sections down below. Now if this is your first time watching my channel today, guys, as a first time viewer, this is your first video, boy, pick to go in if you're a huge fan of the WWE like myself and you're ready for the 34th annual Survivor Series. Welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. I'm JT Dangerously. Welcome to the club, because this club is 2. Whoop whoop! Again, thank you guys so very much. Now, other than that, let's get right into these predictions. Now, if they do add any other matches to this card, or if there's any last-minute announcements, I'll have them all in the comment section down below. But I'm going to do the 6 matches that have already been determined. Let's start off with the first matchup. It is a champion versus champion showdown between the brand's tag team champions. On one side, they are representing Monday Night Raw, and they are, as of right now, the reigning Raw Tag Team Champions. The team of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, they are the New Day. And their opponents are representing Smackdown, and they are the reigning Smackdown Tag Team Champions. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, they are the Street Profits. Now, I say that the New Day is, as of right now, the Raw Tag Team Champions because this Monday night on Monday Night Raw, we will see the New Day defend the Raw Tag Team titles against Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander of the Hurt Business. So the New Day may or may not be the Tag Team Champions coming into this matchup, but we may see the Hurt Business in this matchup. There is idea the Street Profits looking to defeat whoever is the Raw Tag Team Champions and looking to get SmackDown on the board in this battle for brand supremacy. So coming from me in this champion versus champion showdown between the brand's tag team champions, let's be all honest here, folks. The WWE Tag Team Division is like John Cena. You can't see it. The best tag team division in wrestling right now is AEW. When you got the Young Bucks, FTR, you got Jurassic Express, the Private Party, which is a better version of the Street Profits, as for me, because I do like the Private Party more than the Street Profits. The Street Profits are just annoying as hell. But I am a big fan of the Private Party. But when it comes to this tag team division in the WWE, it's non-existent. The fact that they have to have the tag team champions give their belts to the other team without just merging the tag teams together is insane to me. That was just the most stupidest thing I've ever saw, that the New Day gave up their SmackDown tag team titles just to give it to the New Day, and the Street Profits gave up their Raw tag team titles to the New Day. They could have just merged the tag team divisions together, and this whole tag team division would have been a lot better, but they didn't. They did it the old stupid just stupid way of doing it by just trading the belts to one another. But like I said, the WWE Tag Team Division is like John Cena. You can't see it. So coming from me, if I had to choose a team to win, I'm going to go with the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits, to defeat whoever is the Raw Tag Team Champions by any means. And now the next matchup. It is another champion versus champion showdown, and it's between the brand's mid-card champions. On one side, he is representing Monday Night Raw and the Hurt Business. And he is a former 2-time ECW champion, a former TNA World Champion, a former 2-time Intercontinental Champion, and he is the reigning 2-time United States Champion. He is the almighty Bobby Lashley. And his opponent is representing SmackDown, and he is a former NXT champion, and he is the reigning two-time Intercontinental Champion. He is the great liberator himself, Sami Zayn. Now, this is the third one-on-one meeting between Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn. Bobby Lashley has won both previous meetings against Zayn all the way back in 2018, and their last one-on-one meeting was at Money in the Bank 2 years ago. So coming from me in this champion versus champion showdown between the brand's mid-card champions, I am going to go with Raw's almighty Bobby Lashley to defeat SmackDown's Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn by any means. And now the next matchup. It is the women's 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series tag team elimination match. On one side, they are representing Monday Night Raw, consisting of the reigning WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, the Irresistible Force Nia Jax, and her partner, the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler. Next, you have Dana Brooke. Next, you have that wannabe Trish Stratus, Mandy Rose. And finally, you have poor Lana. And their opponents are representing SmackDown, consisting of the EST of the WWE, and in my opinion, the next SmackDown Women's Champion, Bianca Belair. You have the Riot Squad members, Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan, and two mystery women. Now, starting off with the women's Raw team, I mean, it's a very interesting team. You got the women tag team champions, Shayna and Nia Jax. You have the blondes, Mandy Rose, who is trying to be Trish Stratus, and it's obviously not working. You got Dana Brooke. And then you have poor Lana, who has just gone through hell and high water this past couple weeks, going through the announce table, I think 8 weeks in a row, and for sure this Monday night she's going through that table for a 9th week in a row. And we all know why she's getting punished like this, because her husband Miro is wrestling for the competition, and the competition is kicking the WWE's ass every Wednesday in the ratings when it comes to AEW. So that's why Lana's getting punished, because her husband's wrestling for the competition in AEW. She's been getting put through these announce tables by Nia Jax 8 weeks, going on 9 weeks in a row. Now, for me, the weak link on this Raw Women's team has got to be Lana, just because I think she'll get eliminated before the match even starts by Nia Jax in that announcer's table. I would say the person that could stand out on this Raw Women's team, maybe Mandy Rose, if she's healthy. I heard that she got injured by Nia Jax. What else is new with Nia? She just wants to hurt everybody on her own damn team. And I would say the sole survivors could be easily the SmackDown Women's Tag Team Champions, Shayna and Nia. There is the idea of the SmackDown Women's team, which is right now incomplete, because we do not know we don't know two women that are going to be in this matchup. Now, I got to say something about this. The fact that Raw gave us their teams weeks before Survivor Series is staggering to me. That SmackDown is waiting to the last minute to tell us who are the final two women on this women's team and who is the mystery fifth man for the men's Survivor Series team. The fact that we only had one qualifying matchup this past week on SmackDown is insulting. Survivor Series is the second longest active pay-per-view in the WWE. The fact that SmackDown couldn't even give us a full team for their men's and women's team is insulting to me. As a fan of the Survivor Series, of how long I've been watching it, we expect a full team going into the Survivor Series. We're not going to get it at the last minute. And the fact that these stupid triple threat qualifying matches that Adam Pearce has been doing on SmackDown have done nothing. Just add 2 women without any match whatsoever and just make this team full. It's, other than just doing all these triple threat qualifying matches that mean nothing, and you have a SmackDown Women's team that actually looks good. And the crazy thing is, this 3-woman team is actually good. And I don't see a weak link on this team. And I do see maybe Ruby Riott being a standout. But for me, the sole survivor that's going to come out of this SmackDown Women's team is Bianca Belair, who I think is the next SmackDown Women's Champion. So coming from me in this women's 5-on-5 traditional tag team elimination matchup with SmackDown missing 2 women on their team, even without those 2 women, or we'll find out by this week who the 2 women are, I am going to go with the SmackDown Women's team of Bianca Belair, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and those final 2 women to defeat the Raw Women's team of Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, and poor Lana by any means. My sole survivor will be Bianca Belair. And now the next matchup. It is another champion versus champion showdown, and it is between the brand's women's champions. On one side, she is representing Raw, and she is the only Grand Slam winner in the WWE. She is the former NXT Women's Champion, a former multiple-time WWE Women's Tag Team Champion, a former SmackDown Women's Champion, the winner of the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. She is a Money in the Bank winner, and she is the reigning two-time Raw Women's Champion. She is the Empress of Tomorrow. She is Asuka. And Asuka's opponent is representing SmackDown. And she is the former 5-time Raw Women's Champion, the former 2-time WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. She was the star of The Mandalorian this past week. And she is the reigning SmackDown Women's Champion. She is the legit boss herself, Sasha Banks. Now this is the 6th one-on-one meeting between Asuka and Sasha Banks. Asuka leads the series 3-1-1. Now, Sasha Banks' last win over Asuka was all the way back in July of this year on Monday Night Raw. And Asuka's last victory over Sasha was in August of this year, once again on Monday Night Raw. So coming from me in this champion versus champion showdown between the brand's women's champions, since I've been seeing Carmella get involved in Sasha Banks' business lately on SmackDown, I am going to go with the Raw Women's Champion, the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, to defeat the legit boss, Sasha Banks, by any means. And now the next matchup. It is the men's 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series Tag Team Elimination match. On one side, they are representing Monday Night Raw, consisting of the original bro himself, Matt Riddle, the former Universal Champion and the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman. You have the former WWE and World Champion and a former King of the Ring. He is the Celtic Warrior Sheamus. You have the first ever NXT North American and NXT Champion, the Limitless One, Keith Lee. And the captain of Team Raw, whether they like it or not, is the former 2-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion, the former 2-time WWE Champion, and if you know his music back in the TNA days, you'll know who I'm talking about. Get ready to fly. I am. Get ready to fly. He is
the phenomenal AJ Styles.
And her opponents, representing SmackDown, consisting of the prize fighter and the former Universal Champion Kevin Owens. You have the man that who has fallen in line with the Tribal Chief, his cousin Roman Reigns. He is main event Jey Uso. You have the reigning King of the Ring winner, King Baron Corbin. You have a mystery fourth man and the captain of Team SmackDown. He was the Monday Night Messiah when he was on Raw, but now he's on SmackDown and he is now known as the Friday Night Messiah. He is Seth freaking Rollins. Now, starting off with this Raw team for the men, I mean, look at this team. You got Braun Strowman, who has done very well in these Survivor Series Tag Team Elimination matchups for Monday Night Raw. I think he's been a sole survivor a couple times already. You got the Celtic Warrior Sheamus, or Fireface as Matt Riddle calls him, because his face turns red when he gets mad. You got Matt Riddle, the original bro. You got Keith Lee, who was the standout at last year's Survivor Series for NXT. And then you have the captain of Team Raw, Captain AJ Styles, with his new guy, the Associate, that big tall dude. But the fact this Raw men's team is an all-star team. I mean, you got multiple world champions on this one team for Raw, and I don't see one weak team. I don't see one weak member on this Raw team. Now, guys that I think could stand out for the Raw men's team: Keith Lee last year. I think he can have another big year this year, and Matt Riddle, and who I think could win, who could be the sole survivor on Team Raw. Hell, any one of these 5 could be the sole survivors for Team Raw. There inside you have the SmackDown team, which is right now missing their 5th member. And once again, crazy thing is, people, when they say Raw, nobody watches Raw, yet Raw gives us a full men's team weeks before Survivor Series, and SmackDown still hasn't given us our 5th member for their men's team. And really pissing me off because this is a big pay-per-view for the WWE. And the fact that SmackDown couldn't even fill out their women's or their men's team for the Survivor Series this year, and they're waiting till the last minute, till next week to do it, is pretty lackluster and pretty stupid. But it's a pretty good team. I mean, you got Seth Rollins, the Friday Night Messiah. You got the King of the Ring, King Baron Corbin. You got main event Jey Uso, who has been stepping up his game ever since joining his cousin Roman Reigns in the Island of Relevancy. And you got Kevin Owens, who is definitely a prize fighter. Originally, it was supposed to be Daniel Bryan in this matchup, but he got hurt by Jey Uso. But the big question coming into this men's team is, who's the fifth member? It could be anybody. It could be Lars Sullivan, which a lot of people are thinking it's going to be him. Could be the Undertaker for some crazy reason. People are thinking that's going to actually happen. It could be anybody, but the fact that we don't know it yet makes SmackDown a dangerous team. Now, weak links for the SmackDown women's team, I don't know. I mean, I don't see a weak link on this team on SmackDown as well. Who I think could stand out for Team SmackDown on the men's side, I could say Jey Uso and Seth Rollins. Jey Uso for me for sure, because he's been stepping up his game ever since standing in line with Roman Reigns and the Tribal Chief. Now, who I think could be a sole survivor for Team SmackDown, I would say Jey Uso or Seth Rollins. One of those two is going to definitely be the sole survivor for SmackDown. So coming from me, in this men's 5-on-5 traditional tag team elimination matchup, not knowing the fifth member really doesn't give SmackDown a chance, and it doesn't give us whoever is the fifth man for SmackDown. I don't think has a chance in hell of beating this Raw team, because when you got AJ, you got Keith, you got Sheamus, you got Braun Strowman, you got Matt Riddle. I mean, how can you not pick for Team Raw here? So coming from me, I am going to go with Captain AJ Styles and his Raw team of Keith Lee, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, and Matt Riddle to defeat the SmackDown men's team of Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, King Corbin, Seth Rollins, and the mystery fifth man by any means. And now the main event. It is the final champion versus champion showdown, and it's between the brand's world champions. On one side, he is representing Monday Night Raw, and he is, as of right now, the reigning 10-time WWE champion and a 14-time world champion. He is the Viper, the Legend Killer, the Apex Predator. He is Randy Orton. And his opponent is representing SmackDown, and he is the reigning 2-time Universal Champion. He is the Tribal Chief, accompanied by his business associate, Paul Heyman. He is Roman Reigns. Now, I say that Randy Orton is, as of right now, the WWE Champion, because we do know on Monday that the WWE title will be on the line, where Randy Orton will defend the WWE title against Drew McIntyre. So right now, Randy Orton is facing Roman Reigns, but it could change to Drew McIntyre facing Roman Reigns, which a lot of people are hoping that will happen on Monday. But it's a big opportunity for whoever is the WWE Champion, a chance to knock off quite possibly the best thing in WWE right now, and that's the big dog, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. There is the idea of Roman Reigns looking to defeat whoever is the WWE Champion by the time we get to Monday night on Raw, and he's looking to do two things. He's looking to show up, and he's looking to show up and win. And so coming from me, in this main event, champion versus champion showdown between the brand's world champions, I will have to say, look out for The Miz. He is the X Factor in this matchup, because he can come out and cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase against whoever loses or wins. So look out for The Miz in this matchup. But coming from me, whoever is the WWE Champion, they're going down to the Tribal Chief. So coming from me, I'm going to go with my Tribal Chief and yours, Roman Reigns, to defeat whoever is the WWE Champion by this Monday night by any means. And those are my Survivor Series 2020 predictions. Now, I want to thank you guys very much for watching this video today. Comment below. Who do you see winning all of these champion versus champion showdowns? Who do you see walking out the WWE Champion on Monday between Orton and Drew McIntyre? Who do you see walking out the Raw Tag Team Champions between the New Day and the Hurt Business? And who do you see winning the men's and women's traditional Survivor Series Tag Team Elimination matchups? And which brand will have brand supremacy by the end of the night? And let me know in the comment section, what is your favorite Survivor Series and what is your favorite Survivor Series moment? My favorite Survivor Series is the 2002 Survivor Series in Madison Square Garden. And my favorite Survivor Series match was, of course, the first ever Elimination Chamber match for the world title when Shawn Michaels won the world title in his second match in 4 years. And also let me know, because this is the 30th anniversary of The Undertaker, what is your favorite Undertaker moment and what is your favorite version of The Undertaker? Now, my favorite version of The Undertaker is the 98 version, the 99 version, the 2000 version, the 2001 version, and the 2002 version. And my favorite Undertaker moment, where do you start? I mean, Taker versus Shawn at the first Hell in a Cell in October of 97. The Hell in a Cell with Mankind in 98 at the King of the Ring. Hell in a Cell with Triple H, end of an era at WrestleMania 28. I mean, Taker's matches with Shawn at 25 and 26. There's so many great matches, but let me know what you guys think. Let's have a conversation about it all. And as always, if you like the video, like and comment. And of course, comments are always welcome on this channel. Now, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching this video today. Now, before you guys go, as always, you guys can never forget to do this. That like button, comment, share with your friends. Of course, super kick that like button like only you guys can. Of course, you guys can never forget to do this as well. That subscribe button, become part of this bigger and dangerous alliance. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and YouTube tells me that 58% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. So let's change that. If you're a fan of professional wrestling like myself and professional sports, super kick that subscribe button. It is free, and you can become part of the Dangerous Alliance. And I will see you guys later tonight for my official Week 11 NFL predictions. Later days, guys, and peace.